Good evening, everybody. David Paul with you in the KHOU 11 Weather Center on this Tuesday evening at 6:30 on the dot. I wanted to start with the longer range temperature outlook. Now, overall, we're expected to be a little bit warmer than normal across the southern U.S. January 21st to the 27th, and then cooler than normal, colder than normal in many aspects across the Great Lakes and the Northeast. These are averages. So just because we are forecast to be overall above normal as we head toward the end of the month of January, it doesn't mean that we can't have every now and then punches of below normal temps and cold air outbreaks that last for a day or two and then we warm back up. And I really think that's a better description of the overall pattern that we are in. We may be overall above normal temperature-wise for the next, 15, 20 days or so, but we'll have little punches of these cold air outbreaks with cold fronts that come in that get things cold for a day or two, and then we warm back up. As far as shorter range, what rain we had today, did you get rained on today? We had light drizzle off and on most of the day. That's in the process of exiting right now as an upper level disturbance exits the area. We'll see a lot more sunshine tomorrow. It's going to warm the temperature. We'll meet the upper 60s, even near 70 tomorrow. High was only in the 50s today. The chilly mornings continue, and in the afternoon, the temperatures are going to be more of a roller coaster. We'll look at that in just a minute. I do want to quickly give a drought update. We did have some very light rain today. Nothing that's going to put a dent in any of the drought conditions. We are in severe drought across the southern portion of the Houston area, south of I-10. It's interesting, north of I-10, north half of Harris County is only in dry conditions, so we're not in drought up the I-45 corridor. It does get drier, extreme droughts, pockets of it, Brenham to Columbus, and then out toward the San Antonio area. All right, next 3 days. So high temps are really going to swing. Today's high was only in the mid to lower 50s. Tomorrow's high back up to near 70. There will be a front come in tomorrow, dry front, north wind. That'll knock our high temps back into the 50s. Highs in the 50s with sunshine. On Thursday, that's a cold day. And then Friday will rebound back up to a high near 70. So it is a temperature roller coaster that we are on. High temp today, 56, officially at Bush Continental Airport. That came at 11:43 late this morning. Normal high is 63, so almost 10 degrees or so below normal. The record high is 81. The record low is 17. It can be literally anything this time of the year, warm or well below freezing. Quick update on the allergy picture. Cedar remains at 22 at the beginning of cedar pollen season, the very, very early part of it. It can get really bad as we head into February and March. We'll keep an eye on that. Live look outside. Still have that cloud deck overhead. I mean, it's a real winter day for Houston. It's a winter evening out there with a few drops of drizzle even now and temps in the low 50s and upper 40s. Cleveland's at 47 right now. Pearland 53, Sugarland 52, Angleton 53, Huntsville at 51. And we look at the big picture on the radar, and that's the upper level low that came through today that gave us this slug of moisture out of the Pacific. This was Pacific moisture moving overhead. That's the heavier rain now exiting. Still a pocket of light rain, a couple of them now in northeast Harris County over the Lake Houston area. Tascasita Woodlands getting a little pocket of light drizzle. A little bit of light drizzle coming up the coast, Freeport area, Surfside. Going to cross the Galveston Island complex over the next hour or so, maybe some light drizzle drops, and that'll be it. And that should be the end of it. There's nothing new building in behind this, and models do have things exiting by 9 o'clock. We get into the overnight, we're quiet, and we should wake up with temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s across the board, and partly cloudy skies. Nice morning. That's our next cold front. So that's 8 a.m. in the morning. That front will push through during the late morning, early afternoon, and once it does, it'll freshen the north wind. Now, we're going to have a lot of sunshine tomorrow. Temperatures should rebound into the mid to upper 60s for high temps tomorrow, but that north wind will be gusty. So it will keep things feeling cool. And then that north wind brings in colder air, which puts us with high temperatures back down into the mid to upper 50s as we go into Thursday. So keep the sweaters and jackets handy. This is tomorrow afternoon, mid to upper 60s, but a north wind gusting 25 to 30 in Houston, gusting 31 in Waco, gusting to 30 in Austin on what will be a breezy and windy at times afternoon and evening tomorrow on Wednesday. Good afternoon to fly a kite. Let's take a look at the cold air. All right, so Yellowknife's at 0, but Old Crow's 48 below. Barrow, Alaska, 42 below. Bettles, 41 below. Cold air's in place. This is Hudson Bay, this body of water right here up here in Canada called Hudson Bay. And sometimes in wintertime, low pressure will set up here and it will park itself right over Hudson Bay. It's known as the Hudson Bay Low. And that's what we've got evolving right here. That's the low pressure area at the mid and upper levels. What this does when you get low pressure here is it helps to encourage that cold air to come out of Canada and push all the way south from time to time. And that's the pattern that we're going to be stuck in now through Sunday, through the weekend. Hudson Bay Low sitting right over Hudson Bay. That creates a cold weather pattern for the United States. It brings in these surges of cold air. We've had that. We will continue to have it going into the weekend, have a couple of fronts this week, and then another surge of cold air coming down across the middle and eastern half of the country on Wednesday. So what this does for us overall is mild temps, and then every now and then we get a front and a punch of that colder air comes in all the way down into Texas and Houston. So as we look at the numbers here, tomorrow's one of the warm days in between the fronts. 47 in the morning, chilly. 66 by noon. We might make 70, maybe not all the way to 70. Depends on how quickly that front comes in. And we will have that north wind building in the afternoon. I should probably put breezy for the afternoon because it is going to be quite breezy, windy at times tomorrow afternoon. And then look at the extended end. You can see I've drawn in 3 different punches of chilly air. Those are the fronts coming in as the winds wrap around and come down around that Hudson Bay Low. So we warm tomorrow to 70. We get front number 1 coming in, and that drops us down to a chilly, breezy day on Thursday, 38, 58. What a change. We rebound, maybe back up to 70 by Friday afternoon. Then another front comes in, another Hudson Bay Low front. Makes it chilly again for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, lows in the 40s and 30s. Saturday and Sunday, highs in the 50s and 60s, but a beautiful winter weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So MLK Day, Monday, will be just before the next front comes in. Not a lot of moisture to work with, so only a 20% chance for an isolated shower Monday. A little bit of rain chance on Tuesday, 40%, and it's showery and colder with that third front coming in to give us another punch of colder air next Tuesday, 46 and 54. So the weather pattern, not very wet, but very active with the temperatures up and down, up and down, up and then back down. It's the temperature roller coaster over the next 7 days. All right, gang, that's where we stand. Have a good evening, everybody.